Yo guys, welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and today we're here with a brand new What if Izuku was a werewolf? Now this is actually my 8th time recording this, and I'm so sorry to say it's taken so much of my time, and I have not, like I saw like the days that went by, I said it would be actually out soon, but like recording this, yeah, it takes a lot of my time. But anyways, I'm back, and here we are with a What If. I hope you guys actually enjoyed this, so let's actually start this What If. We will actually see actually protagonist Izuku Midoriya in the woods. As Izuku was actually going around actually pretty much collecting all the actually trash that pretty much his and his classmate had on that camping trip. As Izuku was picking up the trash, he would just feel something behind his back. As he looked back to see there was no one there. As Izuku just actually sighed, he just continued on his way, just collecting the trash that was actually left. The actually middle school trip went on actually camping, as Izuku was actually supposed to actually clean actually this up with Bakugo's group, but pretty much the Bakugo's group is basically left and telling Izuku to do this on his own, while they pretty much actually do something else. Since they actually all had quirks and Izuku was quirkless, heck, they just picked on him. And Izuku was just left here doing this thing on his own. Today was actually the last day, as in just about like a few actually hours, they were about to actually head on the bus to go. As Izuku could continue to pick up trash, he felt somebody looking at him. He turned back again and he saw no one there. Izuku now called out if somebody was there. Hello? Is anyone there? Izuku would look around, as far away from the distance you would see a figure in the shadows that had glowing red eyes. The figure would just be eyeing Izuku up and down while approaching slowly and carefully. Izuku got back to his work to continue and put the trash in the bag. About like 30 minutes were passed, Izuku finally actually got it actually done. As Izuku went to actually throw the trash in the bin, as he was actually preparing to leave, he would have to actually get his things packed. As Izuku was preparing to leave, he was suddenly actually attacked from behind. Izuku was actually pinned to the ground. Immediately he felt his actually left actually side got injured. Immediately Izuku actually see a big and giant figure on top of actually him, glowing red eyes. Izuku immediately try to do something, and he will actually put this thing away, this creature. As pretty much Izuku would drop his hero notebook and he started to run, while actually holding actually his left side, as blood was actually coming out. As Izuku continued to run, he would actually see the figure slowly approaching. As Izuku started to run faster and faster, and soon he tumbled down the mountain. He went a tumble for quite actually a while until he actually kind of reached the bottom. But Izuku could have stopped there. He picked himself up and he just continued to actually rush down towards actually looking for help. Once Izuku got to the hotel, the people there working there see Izuku covering his left side as blood was coming out. They quickly rush to him and bring him to the doctor, as they will actually go on and patch up Izuku. They will put on a bandage around actually Izuku's waist. The cut was actually not deep, but it was actually quite actually disturbing. As they actually, after when they were finished bandaging up Izuku, they actually told him to be careful, and like they asked him what actually attacked him up there. Izuku said that he doesn't actually know, and he kind of thought it was actually a wolf. The people there just laughed because like there's no wolf around this area. Probably got attacked by a bear. You tried to run away? Izuku said that he did run away, that once he actually got the thing off of him, then he actually just got injured. They actually told him that maybe we actually quite actually be okay if he kind of, like stays here for quite actually a bit until the group comes back. They'll contact Izuku's teachers. Izuku actually agreed that he actually kind of stayed in the hotel. About actually 2 hours would pass, the rest of the group would come, as the teacher would be informed of actually Izuku's injury, that she would go up and check on him if he was alright. Izuku said he was fine, and she actually left Izuku be. It was about over there already 5. They actually just had about like 4 hours before they can actually leave. Once Izuku was actually packing his thing, already waiting inside the hotel lobby, just chilling, and he was about to actually write something down, which he saw on the TV about actually the hero. He was actually looking for his hero notebook and realized that he must have dropped it back on the mountain. Izuku really needed that because that had all the histories of actually the information he had and gathered of each hero. They were really precious to him. Izuku kind of thought about if he goes up there that he might see that creature again. But again, it was his hero notebook. Izuku kind of thought it over and he decided to take a leap of faith to go find his hero notebook. And this time he didn't actually inform anyone. He kind of thought that it was just like pick up his hero notebook and then actually go back down. This time he would actually kind of be cautious. When Izuku actually went up the mountain to go look for his hero notebook, he went to the place where he was actually attacked, but no, nothing. He looked around while also being cautious about his surroundings too. That thing was also here. Once Izuku spent another minute just looking around, he actually actually found something. He found actually his pencil. So pretty much Izuku picked it up and thought that maybe his notebook should be actually here. He looked around as he actually kind of found it, but he stopped in his track to see a sight that really did scare him. Izuku would see the creature that actually attacked him, as the creature was howling in pain. Izuku would see the wolf with actually gray fur, as pretty much it was actually just staying in that spot, while his hero notebook was actually next beside it. Izuku actually wondered why was that thing still here, and why was it not attacking him. But he soon realized that the wolf was stuck in a wolf trap, that the wolf's leg was actually just like injured. Izuku didn't know, but he kind of felt bad for the creature. It was crying out in pain, and also he can actually tell that the creature was actually losing strength. The creature howled and howled, probably calling actually for help or in pain, but Izuku just felt bad for it. Izuku kind of didn't know what got over him, but he slowly started to approach the creature. The creature saw Izuku and it started to growl. Izuku kind of watched some documentaries of it, and he kind of actually thought that maybe if he approached slowly as not a threat, maybe he can actually somehow get his hero notebook, or probably help it out. Even though Izuku was injured, he couldn't just leave the poor thing here to suffer. That would even make it worse than actually it. So Izuku slowly approached the wolf, and slowly he was actually just inches away from it. The wolf started to growl while Izuku put his hands on actually the wolf's head and started to pat it. The wolf growl started to actually die down while also the wolf started to actually lay down on the ground while Izuku did the same. He petted the actual wolf and he kind of thought that he should actually stay here with the wolf until the wolf can actually trust him. Izuku spent the next actually few hours with the wolf, as Izuku would actually calmly actually just like talking to the wolf to see it was okay, like giving it water or anything. After about and 4 hours would pass, Izuku would actually thought that it was actually time for him to remove the thing off the wolf's leg. Then Izuku would slowly and carefully remove the wolf trap, as he would slowly pull actually the wolf trap open, letting the wolf actually leg get free. Immediately Izuku closed it as fastly as he could so his hand would not get trapped in it. Once that was over, Izuku threw away the wolf trap. There, the wolf leg was actually bleeding the same way that his actually side was also bleeding. Izuku had some bandages in his bag and he actually took it out and started to wrap around actually the wolf's actually right actually leg. And before he actually did spray actually painkiller and thought it might actually ease up the pain. The wolf hissed and growled a little, but still, it didn't actually attack. Once Izuku was finishing actually bandaging up the wolf, he actually kind of actually um, realized that his class was actually just like leaving. The bus was already here. You can actually see actually the hotel from here. It's pretty much you can see that the bus has already arrived. Izuku thought that was at the time for him to go if he actually told the wolf that if he would be actually okay. Izuku got up preparing to leave, but the wolf just actually kept on following him. As Izuku would turn back to see that the wolf was actually holding his hero notebook. Izuku completely forgot about it and he actually thanked the wolf before actually running to catch his classmate. There, Zuko, once he got on the bus, he was just actually resting there, finally made it. And the bus will actually drive all the way back to actually his middle school. There, once Zuko arrived to middle school, his mom would be waiting for him and actually just like drive him back home. Once Zuko actually got home, he actually just collapsed on his bed. He told his mom about the injury, and to be honest, his mom was actually quite scared, but Zuko said that he would be alright. Pretty much 2 weeks will actually pass since that event. Izuku would actually just be in his bathroom, as it was actually time for him to remove the bandage. There, Izuku will slowly, cautiously remove the bandage. As to his surprise, the wound that was actually like supposed to be there was completely gone. The wound wasn't even visible. Like it was like completely gone, like completely. Like there was not even like a sign that he was injured. Of course, Izuku thought that wait, how could this be possible? It didn't make sense. He knew he actually got attacked by that wolf, but still, heck, he should have just left a mark or something like that. But Izuku was completely confused until his mom started to call for him, saying that he has to get ready for school. Izuku quickly put on his middle school uniform and there he actually set out to school. Once Izuku was walking to school, he would actually kind of feel strange. He would be able to smell things from really far away. He was able to smell already the good actually food that's coming from restaurants and also the bad actually thing from garbage that came behind the restaurants. And not just that, he'll be able to hear really well. His hearing, he'll be able to hear from people from a mile away. Like a conversation between a mother and a child, actually of a child complaining to the mother that she wants ice cream, which he was far away from her. As Izuku kept on feeling this thing, as his head was actually kind of spinning, eventually Izuku would actually make it actually to class, as that day was actually stressful for Izuku. Bakugo group kept on bullying Izuku, telling him he was quirkless and things like that. Typical. But when at the end of the day, something really did happen that really shocked the group. As Izuku was actually packing up his things ready to go home, Bakugo and his group was actually kind of bullying him again. Huh, Deku, seeing that you're going home, let me actually see what you've been writing this. Bakugo would say, collecting Izuku's notebook. Hey, what are you doing, Kachan? Get that back! Shut up, nerd! Pretty much one of Bakugo's goons would actually push Izuku down to his feet. Huh, you actually got actually pretty much of good ideas, but it's useless. Someone like you would never be a hero, he would say. Bakugo would actually continue to taunt Deku looking through his notebook while he would do something that would trigger him. He would use his explosion, destroying actually his notebook. This was actually the new notebook that Izuku actually got, that he actually already had 50 heroes actually written down in it. Izuku for some reason got so angry, as pretty much his green eyes, emerald green eye turned and like changed, his eyes turned into splits. As pretty much Izuku would actually all his might would just grab Bakugo by the throat and slam him to the wall. That will actually make a crater behind it, cracking it. This will actually scare some of the other students that was actually in the room. Bakugo would now be looking at Izuku's green emerald eyes, as pretty much he was staring him in the face, like he was staring at death. Bakugo didn't know what got over him, but he felt truly terrified. Looking into Izuku's eyes, the aura he was giving off, he felt that his nails were digging into him. Izuku's nails started to grow, piercing into Bakugo's neck. Not fully, but actually just like slowly. Izuku told Bakugo that if he ever does that again, he will kill him. This would send bloodlust in the whole room, as everybody there felt it. Everybody there was so afraid they never thought of Izuku doing or even capable of even doing such a thing. Izuku would actually finally calm down as he will actually go and throw Bakugo to the other end of the room while collecting his things that he will leave. Izuku, once he was leaving the school, he would look at himself and question why did he do that? Why did he get so angry? He was looking at his hands as he actually had a little bit of blood. The blood that he actually, like the hands that he used to pierce into Bakugo's neck. As Izuku was walking, he failed to realize that somebody was watching him. Somebody, or a girl by chance, who had pretty much actually grey hair as she was wearing a winter coat. As she was actually just licking or actually sucking on a lollipop. As once she removed it, she smiled and she looked at Izuku with actually a lustful eyes. So, I finally found you, my mate, she would say. The week will actually pass for Izuku quite actually quickly. As Izuku would see some changes, he got angry really easily. He actually hearing got stronger and actually smell also got stronger. He started to grow a little bit taller and he started to realize that his nails started to grow a lot. He started to feel a little bit more aggressive and he thought that he was going to puberty. That's what happened during the 1 week. As right now we go on to the present right now. As the teacher would be walking to class, entering the classroom. There he will actually just walk in saying to the students to let's begin class. But he actually forgot something. He would actually need the actually papers for actually what actually course they want to do next year. Everybody will groan, but the teacher will throw the paper up in the air and while saying, "Of course I know all of you guys want to be heroes." Everybody will start using the quirks besides from 2 people. Well, kind of like one person in particular will not use that quirk, but Izuku will just be sitting down, doing nothing. As Bakugo would speak, "Don't lug me in with these extra teach. They'll be lucky enough to even become rookies." As everybody will actually just be actually growling at Bakugo. "You think you're better than us, Bakugo? Come on, I'll take you all on," Bakugo would say. "Ah, I see, Bakugo, you actually applied to actually go to UA." Everybody will look towards Bakugo with shock. "Really? UA? That's one of the best actually schools in the country." "Of course it is. I'm gonna be actually there. I'm gonna be the best actually student there. And also, I'm gonna become the #1 hero and also be the richest one of all time," he would say with a grin. "Oh, Midoriya, you also want to actually go there. Am I actually not mistaken?" Everybody would tense up just hearing that name Midoriya, as everybody would slowly look behind them to see Izuku just looking out the window, not really paying attention. As Bakugo will actually do a backflip, landing on Izuku's table, as he will grab Izuku by the collar. "Huh? You're going to UA? You better actually drop out, Deku, so a weakling like you would never..." He looked at Izuku's eyes and Izuku would give him the same look that he gave that day, as pretty much Bakugo, for some reason, felt truly terrified that he got off Izuku's table and walked back to his seat without even saying anything, as everybody there would be quite afraid, as now Izuku started to be a little bit more violent. If anyone did annoy him, he would just somehow like deal with them. Once Bakugo's lackeys started to pick on him, Izuku sent them all to the infirmary, as they will actually have to be hospitalized for about 3 days. As class will actually end, as pretty much Izuku would be glad to pretty much leave school. As Izuku was packing up his things, Bakugo and his group didn't actually bother to even approach Izuku. As Izuku actually left school, he will actually take the same shortcut original in the anime. This time, Izuku will actually feel someone's body watching him. He felt their presence for quite a while now, and it kind of started to actually scare Izuku a little. He thought that he might actually have a stalker. While Izuku continued to walk, he kind of felt another presence approaching even closer, like someone coming up from the drain. There, the sludge villain will come out as immediately he'll be gasping for air. Damn it! I didn't know he was in town. He will spot Izuku, and Izuku will be looking at him with her eyebrows raised up. Perfect! I actually got myself right there a good getaway. Kid, give me your body, he would say, and he would charge towards Izuku. Immediately, the sludge villain will actually be clinged on to Izuku, and Izuku will feel actually himself getting suffocated as pretty much the sludge villain started to actually enter Izuku's mouth, trying to take control over his body. Kid, just give in. It would be a lot easier if you weren't resisting. Izuku started to get mad as his eyes started to turn to that of actually green emerald slits. He started to slash at the sludge villain, and he will actually started to rip him apart. Heck, he even scratched his even eyeballs. As pretty much the sludge villain actually got annoyed, so like, you little brat! As before anything could even happen, Izuku started to actually slowly lose consciousness. As he was about to fade, but out of nowhere, just a winged claw slash would just actually cut open Izuku. Well, not, well, kind of the sludge villain. Izuku will be break free as Izuku will fall into actually somebody's arms as he will feel a soft, something soft, as he will actually open his eyes to see it was a woman, as she had beautiful, beautiful hair, a gorgeous face, and her lips were perfect. Izuku didn't know, but she fell right into actually her chest bosom, which it felt like heaven to him. Izuku couldn't help but actually just fall a little bit unconscious. There, the girl would drop Izuku down, while the sludge villain would get up. You damn little brat! How dare you! How dare you! That's it! You're dead! And now, die! The sludge villain would charge towards the girl, but the girl, with a quick motion, would break the ground, rushing towards the sludge villain, passing by him. Her hands would be that of claws, and with this, she would say, "No, you die." The sludge villain would be cut into pieces while all splatter and splatter all across the wall. There, she would slowly approach actually her mate. "I'm so sorry, mate." She would be actually kneeling down, looking at Izuku. He changed. He's finally experiencing his inner werewolf side. As before anything could even happen, somebody would have to come out from the drain. It was All Might. "Have no fear, for I am here." All Might would look at the scene, and it's a pretty awkward scene. All Might would actually see that the sludge villain was already splattered and dealt with all across the walls and all across the tunnels even. But also, she will actually, why am I saying she? All Might say he, jeez. He will actually see Izuku on the ground unconscious while a girl was actually on top of him. All Might kinda got the wrong idea and asked what was she doing to him in a place like this. Some kids like you shouldn't even be doing things like that. The girl actually would say that she's not doing anything. She was checking on her mate. Her mate, All Might would say, kind of a little bit confused. She told All Might about the sludge villain, how pretty much her mate was actually attacked by the sludge villain, but she kind of used her powers to save them, and actually that would pretty much happen. All Might actually kind of figured that he pretty much actually took the sludge villain and put it in a bottle. There, Izuku started to wake up as he will actually see the same girl that kind of saved him. But also, to his surprise, he will see All Might. All Might! It really is you! I'm actually a huge fan! Thank you so much! Oh, I see you're actually awake, young lad. Oh, you actually got me worried there for a sec. Here, your girlfriend actually just stepped in to actually save you. You should be really like grateful and also lucky to actually have somebody actually protecting you. Izuku will kind of look to the person that so-called saved him and would say like, wait, girlfriend? He would say like, I don't have a girlfriend, but immediately the girl put her hands around Izuku's mouth. You shouldn't talk that much, dear. You might actually fade again. Izuku would kind of be now confused as All Might would say like, well, I actually gotta go, but Izuku would say like, wait, All Might, I actually need you to sign my... Oh, I already did. As All Might will actually pull out Izuku's notebook, he already signed it. With this, he will actually kind of like leap away. This time Izuku didn't actually cling on to him because like the mysterious girl was actually holding him. As Izuku will ask if she was the one who truly saved him, the girl will actually giggle and she will say like, yes, of course. Izuku will bow down to show respect and he will also thank the girl. But the girl will say that no, that she should be thanking actually him. He was the one who actually saved her quite 3 weeks ago, of course. Izuku kinda actually was actually confused about this as the girl was actually kinda giggle a little. Of course he didn't actually remember. I mean, of course I was in my wolf form. Do you remember this? She will pull down her sleeve to show and see the bandages around her arms. As Izuku kinda didn't get it, as the girl kinda actually blotted out the truth that she was the wolf that Izuku saved that day. Izuku's eyes were widened as he couldn't believe it. Wait, no, it can't be. You're lying. You couldn't be the wolf. Like, there was no such thing. I swear. I mean, Izuku was lost in words. He didn't know what to say. I know what you're gonna say. You hate me, and I'm truly sorry for actually attacking you the other day. It was truly my fault. As Izuku said, it was fine that he was already healed for some reason. That he healed in a matter of 2 weeks. But the girl says started to chuckle and she started to say like, of course you healed so fast. I mean, you are a wolf, of course. This will shock Izuku and ask like, wait, what do you mean I'm a wolf? As she will actually look Izuku dead in the eyes, as she will actually plant two of her hands on Izuku's face, as she will come closer towards him. You are a wolf because I turned you into a wolf, my love. But guys, I'm going to be ending the what if here. This is actually part 1 of what if Izuku was actually a werewolf. And if you guys really like this, let's get the video up to about 20 likes. I'll be creating it in the next part as soon as I can. I'm sorry this actually took a little bit longer for me to actually record this. I'm actually doing up my house, so repainting, redecorating my whole house. And I don't really have internet. And it's actually really hard for me to record. I'm recording so much and things like that. Loads of things that are actually going on. I'm just waiting for my results to come out and things like that. So it's been a really stressful day for me, guys. But I'm truly sorry for actually getting back to you. I'm working on the My Hero Apocalypse one. And before you guys actually ask when is Issei has Ultra Instinct coming out, when Issei actually took his training seriously. They will be out, guys, but I told you, I'm kind of taking a break from DxD. I kind of think I actually need a break from DxD, because, Jesus Christ, there's been so much DxD going on lately, and, I thought that I should actually get back into my Naruto series, and also My Hero, because, I really want to be part of the My Hero community and the Naruto community again. I really miss the community. It was fun actually doing the DxD one, because there's not really a lot of people doing DxD properly. I mean, we have robots and things like that, and the most shocking news, of course, Zeta is actually kind of leaving the What If community, and not forever, but for the time being. He still posts What If, but he won't be doing it on a daily basis, things like that. He's actually now part of the anime discussion community, and I'm really actually happy for him. Since he didn't leave YouTube, I was so happy. I thought he was actually gonna quit. I really love Zeta. This guy actually makes my day. He makes me want to do What If. And he's a great guy. You guys should actually go check out his channel.
But without further ado, I'm gonna log on now. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.